On the night of March 8, 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370, a Boeing 777 carrying 239 souls, 227 passengers and 12 crew members, departed Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. Less than an hour into the flight, routine communications ceased. The world watched in disbelief as one of the modern era's greatest aviation enigmas unfolded. At 1 a.m., Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah signed off to Kuala Lumpur Air Traffic Control with goodnight. Malaysian 370. Moments later, as the aircraft entered Vietnamese airspace, communication equipment, including the transponder and ACARS, fell silent. Though his final words were calm, alarm bells were already ringing. The plane vanished from civilian radar, but military radar detected a jarring, sharp turn westward across the Malay Peninsula and over the Andaman Sea. Without contact or distress signal, MH370 drifted into silence. Investigators turned to satellite data. Inmarsat records revealed the aircraft's SATCOM handshake pings extended for 6 more hours, suggesting the plane kept flying until about 8 a.m., when it likely ran out of fuel. Analysts concluded the aircraft crashed somewhere in the remote southern Indian Ocean. What followed was the largest search in aviation history. Over 120,000 kilometers squares of seabed were scoured via ships, aerial sweeps, sonar arrays, and robotic submersibles led by Australia, Malaysia, and China. Yet no significant wreckage or black boxes were ever recovered. Between 2015 and 2016, faint traces flaperon parts washed ashore, on island and along the East African coast. These were confirmed as debris from MH370, affirming the Southern Ocean hypothesis. In January 2017, after years of fruitless efforts, the official search was suspended. A private firm, Ocean Infinity, took over in early 2018 under a no-find, no-fly agreement. Their focus was a new zone based on refined ocean drift studies, but again, no success. In 2024 to 25, Malaysia has signaled willingness to renew the search, and Ocean Infinity reportedly proposed a fresh mission under similar terms. The government may greenlight a new phase if new evidence emerges. As for what happened on board, despite exhaustive investigation, no conclusive cause has been identified. Malaysia S2018 official report largely cleared the crew of wrongdoing or psychological issues, but didn't rule out unlawful interference. Many theories persist. First theory is that pilot-involved scenario, murder-suicide, or hypoxia. One prevalent theory involves Captain Zahari. Some analysts argue he intentionally turned off communications, flew into remote waters, possibly depressurized the cabin, incapacitating everyone on board, then piloted a ghost flight until fuel ran out. Supporters cite his home flight simulator, which appeared to mimic MH370's path. But the official report found no behavioral red flags within his personal life. Second is hijacking or third-party interference. Another narrative proposes external interference. Perhaps hijackers rerouted the aircraft manually. Speculations swirl around espionage, terrorism, or politically motivated hijacking. Some sensational theories even involve Russian operatives. Yet no group claimed responsibility, and no evidence conclusively supports this beyond possible manual manipulation. Technical failure. Hypoxia incident. A less dramatic but plausible theory involves a sudden depressurization or fire that incapacitated everyone. MH370 may have turned off course due to a malfunction, flew on autopilot, going dark in the ocean. The lack of distress call supports this. However, the precision of its deviations challenges the likelihood of purely mechanical failure. Cybernetic remote hijacking. Some theorize sophisticated external hacks manipulating the aircraft systems through its wiring or avionics. Notably, Boeing maintains there's no evidence such vulnerabilities existed on the 777, which is engineered with high security standards. Shot down or military interception. 1. Fringe theory posits the plane was mistakenly or intentionally shot down, perhaps near the U.S. base at Diego Garcia, with a subsequent cover-up. No credible evidence has surfaced. U.S. authorities categorically denied it ever flew near that area. Planned crash into ocean black hole. A more strategic theory suggests the aircraft was deliberately navigated toward a remote ocean trench, the eastern end of Seamount Broken Ridge Deep, difficult-to-map region ideal for concealing wreckage. Proponents say the route changes suggest expert piloting, not mechanical failure. Other speculative theories over the years. Countless hypotheses have floated on aliens. CIA conspiracies, Bermuda Triangle mysteries. These remain imaginative but unsupported by any empirical evidence. Why has MH370 proven so hard to solve? Delayed response and coordination issues. Faulty communication between Malaysia, Vietnam, and neighboring regions slowed search efforts. Radar detection of the turn went unshared, and emergency protocols were delayed, possibly sacrificing critical hours. Vast and harsh terrain. The southern Indian Ocean is among the most remote, deepest, and least mapped waters on Earth. Finding a tiny wreck in churned seas across hundreds of thousands of square kilometers is a monumental challenge. Lack of wreckage clues. Debris was sparse. Just a few confirmed parts from a 777. No main fuselage or black boxes have been recovered, limiting forensic analysis. Anonymity of cause, without victims or cockpit voice recorders. Investigators rely on circumstantial data, radar tracks, satellite pings, aerospace modeling, making definitive conclusions nearly impossible. Legacy, lessons learned, and the path forward. MH370's disappearance has triggered significant changes in aviation safety. Starting 2025, new commercial jets will be mandated to carry automated position reporting transmitters, which cannot be manually disabled, to prevent similar vanishings. In Malaysia, families of the victims continue to push for renewed search and answers. If compelling new evidence surfaces, they hope authorities will authorize another expedition. Ocean Infinity has already proposed a new search. contingent on location, leads possibly targeting areas previously unexplored or overlooked. A decade has passed since MH370 disappeared into the night skies. No crash site, no final transmission, no clear answers. It is a modern-day aviation enigma that grips our collective imagination. Was it a pilot's tragic final act, a covert hijacking, a mechanical disaster, or something else entirely? The truth remains concealed beneath miles of ocean, embedded in data, speculation, and unanswered grief. Until the wreckage or cockpit recorders are found, MH370 stays suspended in mystery, in sorrow, and in the enduring hope for closure.